In this section, I'm going to start a discussion about access list, and I'm not going to deep dive in it because in CCNA level you do not need to have deep knowledge about access list, but you should be familiar with the types of access lists that are available in Cisco iOS. And there are two types available. The old-fashioned type is the numbered access list, and the new type is the named access list. And both of them have extended and standard types, and in standard types you have a very simple syntax. Based on this simple syntax you can stop the traffic from the sources that you do not want to, or stop the routes that come from the sources that you do not want to. And in extended type, you can choose the type of traffic, you can choose the destination, you can choose the protocol type or anything that you want. And even you can have time-based access lists that are active in a time range, and you can log anything. And these are the possibilities that you have using access lists. Okay. Now the simple example is here. I want to see the traffic that goes from router 2 to router 4, and I want to stop this traffic on the serial link between these two. So first of all, let's check the route that traffic takes whenever I try to ping router 4 from router 3. I go to router 3 and go to privilege mode and start the ping using 172.16.34.4 as the destination. So you can see that this ping is successful. So if I want to see which path this traffic takes to go, I choose to use trace route command. And by tracing, you can see that this goes straight through the serial link between these two routers. So I want to stop this. I want to stop this traffic from coming in serial interface. So I go to enable mode on router 4. I go to configuration mode here and start defining an access list. So I start with old-fashioned type, the numbered access list. I type in access list as the command, and now I should enter a number. And you can see that ranges of numbers are available here, and each range are for a specific purpose. For example, if you want to define a standard access list, you have to number it between 1 and 99. If you want to have an extended access list, you have to number it between 100 and 199. The other numbers are not so important for us, and I'm not going to talk about them. So I go to choose, for example, number 1. And whenever you try to define an access list, first of all, check if there is an access list with that number on your router. To do this, I type in Control X to delete everything in my line. So I type in show access list command, and this will tell you what access lists are available in your router. Right now, you can see that I have no access list here, okay? So I try to type in access list number 1, for example, and then see what we need to have here. We can have a deny, and we can have a permit. I'm going to deny the traffic that comes specifically from router 3 and comes to router 4 in this specific interface. So I deny, and because I'm just interested in the traffic that comes from router 3, I can use host keyword here. You can see that I can assign a network range using the host name or ABCD. That is the network range that I can choose. I can choose any traffic that comes here, and I can choose to insert a specific IP address, and I'm going to do this, host 172.16.34.3, and I'm going to deny this only. So I hit enter, and remember that anything you add to access list is effective, and access list of course has an implicit deny in the end of it. So you have to know about this. If you do not add a permit in the end of this access list, any other traffic that comes will be denied because access lists have an implicit deny as the last entry. So I choose access list 1, and I'm going to add another entry to permit any traffic. And now with this line, I'm sure that any other traffic that comes through this line and is not from 172.16.34.3 will be allowed in. So I now check the access list that I have using show access list command, and you can see that I have a deny and I have a permit here. So I'm going to apply this to the interface. I'm going to apply this to the interface serial 01 that is between router 3 and router 4. So I go to interface serial 01 and I apply this using the IP access group command. IP access group takes the number or name of the access list that I have. This is number 1. And it tells us that you want to apply it inbound or outbound. Because I am interested in the traffic that is coming, I apply it inbound. And you can see that I am denying the traffic that comes from a specific host. So if I try to use it outbound because the traffic that I send is not from this source, so this access list will have no effect. Okay, now that I have this, I go to router 3 and try to ping it again. So if I try to ping, this ping is unreachable, and this use, that means unreachable, tell you that you cannot reach this because there is something stopping your traffic. And you can guess that there is an access list there. So you can stop this type of message coming back to router 3, and you do not want router 3 know that there is an access list in between. You can choose to add a command under this interface, that is no ICMP, of course, no ICMP unreachable. Or let's see if there is something here, or IP unreachable. Reachable, yes. No IP unreachable. That means you do not send any unreachable message. Will not give router 3 any hint that there is something there. So router 3, whenever router 3 tries to ping, it just receives a timeout, message here. And now this security breach is gone. Okay. Now that I go to router 4 and type in IP unreachable because this was just to use in security, context. And now you can see that I have traffic denied from router 3. And now I try to ping router 3 and see the result, 172.16.34.3, and now you can see that this traffic is unreachable again. This is not because I cannot reach router 3. This is because router 3's replies are denied to me. So if I go to router 3 and start the debugging ICMP, and you do not have this. Debug I have IP, of course. So after IP, I have a lot of things here. I want to see if I can debug ICMP specifically, and I have this. So debug IBICMP and hit enter. Now any ping that comes here, I should see that. So I try to ping it again, and on router 3, you can see that I received the pings, but whenever I try to send the reply back, I receive unreachable message. So this is because router 4 is denying the traffic from me. So router 4 is not receiving this because it is denying the traffic itself. Okay. Now we saw the implications of this access list, and this is a simple numbered access list. In the next part, I'm going to make it an extended access list and see how it should affect my traffic.